Oh my gosh. Feels so weird to be back. We haven't done this in like 3 weeks? 2?
I think it's only been 2.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Has
You
it?
were gone,
I was gone for 1 week.
but we recorded 2 episodes, right?
Yeah, but it was like at the beginning of the week, so it has been almost
So
like 3
true.
weeks.
So true.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Well,
Welcome back to the pod.
yeah, we missed last week because I got super sick.
Happens to the best of us.
I know. I was really sad because I went to Mexico and then I was like so refreshed, renewed, ready to take on the world. And then I got home and I just had like the worst cold. And then not only that, my body was trying to fight that. Because I also read that there's nothing you can do for a cold. Like you just
Really?
have to like wait it out.
Yeah.
Like you can go to the doctor, but they're not going to give you anything. Like there's no like antibiotics or like anything to take for a cold. So just had to wait it out. But not only that, I also started my period the same week. So it was just like double whammy, double homicide, like just like not good. My body was trying to fight off everything. And yeah, it wasn't fun, but whatever. It is what it is. I had a great trip in Mexico. Yes.
Yeah.
Like it was so good. It was like everything I needed. I love being by the beach. Like anytime I imagine like in DIs, like whenever it's like go to your happy place or whatever, it's always like by a beach, by water. And so I just love being by water. And we started in Tulum.
Are you a water sign?
I'm not.
You're not?
I'm an earth sign.
Ooh, okay.
Actually,
I don't really know the elemental
yeah,
signs
me
of
either.
everything.
What is a Gemini? Geminis are like, oh my gosh.
Is it a fire?
I looked up Gemini and Google Gemini comes up. I'm like, that's not what I mean.
Oh God.
No, it's definitely not fire and it's definitely not water. Where is it? How do I find it?
Maybe it is grounding. Are you like by a Taurus?
Oh, it's an air sign.
Air.
Okay. Interesting.
Oh, okay.
I don't really know what that means though. I don't think I've ever looked up like what those mean, like water, air.
You know what? Me neither. And I feel like that's
fire.
Not on brand for
I
us.
know. Like quickly like Googling it. Don't know what it means. Yeah, I'm air sign. So whatever that means. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I just like love being by the water and the ocean, even though for most of my life I was living in Lubbock, so there was no water, nothing there, no, literally not even humidity. So it's just been yeah. So anyways, the first 2 days that we were there, we were in Tulum, which is like a really good area for like spirituality and like yoga and whatever else. And it was such a good time. We were there for 2 days at an Airbnb that my sister booked, and the Airbnb was gorgeous, probably like the nicest house I had ever been to. Wow. Like it was so pretty, and it was just like so big and like big windows. There was so much like light coming in. There was like a pool in the backyard, and it was just so pretty. And then in Tulum we went to a thing called a cenote, which is like a natural spring water basically that you can like swim in, or there's some cenotes where it's like underground and it's kind of like a swimming pool, but it's like a natural swimming pool. So it's like underground and then there's a hole at the top, and so you can like jump in to the water. But the one we went to was very much like open, and there was like chairs and like everything. It was just so pretty. It was like, oh, it was just so good. I did love Tulum, but it is a very expensive place.
Really?
Yeah, for what Mexico is. Like I was not used to it being that expensive.
I mean, it's very touristy, right?
It's very, very touristy. Yeah. But yeah, but I love Tulum. It was just like very like, I don't know, it was just like in nature, and it felt like you were like really out there, but also just like very modernized too. So it was really nice. And then we stayed at Escaret, which is a really nice hotel in Playa del Carmen. So Cancun, I always say I'm going to Cancun because that's just easier, but it's like Cancun, Playa del Carmen, and then Tulum. So they're all like an hour away from each other.
Oh,
So they're
okay.
really, really close together. But Escret, it was like an all-inclusive hotel. It was like my favorite hotel that we had stayed in Mexico. It was just
Gorgeous.
it was gorgeous. I loved it there. It was amazing. No notes. Like it was so, so pretty. I loved every second of being there.
So I'm like wondering, I've been curious about this.
Yes.
Did you was this like a trip where you like unplugged? Because I
Yes.
feel like you like didn't post anything. Like,
I fully was not on the internet at all. Like
amazing.
I'm usually like always listening to podcasts or like YouTube. Didn't do basically any of that. So I was like, I didn't know what was going on in the world. Like,
Wow.
unless Avery told me, because he would like pop into like TikTok or listen to one of his like YouTuber people. And so yeah, I was not on Instagram, not on TikTok. Like even when I was like by the pool, I wasn't on the internet at all.
Wow.
Yeah,
How did that feel?
it was so nice. It was so nice. And I had every intention of still keeping up with Love Island, but I tried and then I was like, why is it not loading? Because like it would load the app and then I would click on Love Island and it would just be like black screen. And I was like, what the heck is going on? Like everything else is working. And then I look it up and you can only watch it in the US. And so I think because my
Oh.
IP address was in Mexico, it was just like blocked. And I was like, no, I'm going to be so behind because it's like, what, like 5, 6 episodes that I'm gonna have to like catch up on, and I was just so sad.
So much happened the week that you were gone.
Yes,
It was insane.
I know, it was crazy, and I was like, well, I really can't get on the internet now because there's gonna be so many spoilers, and like
Yeah.
my whole TikTok feed at the time was just like Love Island,
Yeah.
like there was no way to get around it. So yeah, I was just like, oh my gosh, but the hotel was really nice because it's like a part of Escret is like a hotel, but it also has like parks. And so one of the days we went like zip lining and we
No
did like really
way.
cool like activities. Like, yeah, it was really, really fun.
Wow.
Yeah, it was so, so much fun. And I'm usually not the type of girl that's like, let's go on an adventure and
Yeah.
hike and do all that stuff like on vacation, especially in Mexico. But it was nice because we only did it for one day in the morning. We went to 2 parks in the morning. And then that was like it. And then the rest of the days we kind of got to chill and just be at the hotel because there was just so much to experience at the hotel.
Yeah, I love that.
And it was just so nice. So yeah, definitely recommend a vacation in Mexico.
Yeah, I've never done like an all exclusive like retreat style hotel before. But I've always wanted to.
Yeah, I definitely think we need to do like a retreat, like a true retreat, because the hotel we went to wouldn't be like a good like yoga, like vibey hotel. This is a hotel that you're going to drink, you're gonna party, you're gonna like and what I loved about that hotel that we stayed at too was all adults. It was so nice because so they have 2 hotels like that you can go to together, but one side of the hotel is adults only and one side is like for families.
Okay.
And so me and Avery also, oh my God, there were so many things. So me and Avery went to go kayaking because the hotel has like a little river thing that kind of like goes into the ocean.
Wow.
But you just kayak in their like little river hotel area. And so we kayaked kind of near that other hotel that's connected to our hotel, and all you could hear is like kids screaming and you know they're having fun.
Yeah,
but just like
yeah,
I'm like, I know that I wouldn't have been as relaxed at that hotel by the pool than I would be like at this adults only. And so that was also like a really, really nice touch because the other hotels that we had stayed at before were just like all family. It wasn't adults only. And so I guess I like had to like, you know, get used to the children.
Yeah.
And so it was nice not to have to deal with that or like have to get used to it because, you know, I don't have kids. So it's just hard to be around kids when they're not yours. And of course, they're having fun. And I love that kids are having fun. But I'm just like, oh my gosh, especially if you just want to like read your book, relax, not listen to anything, kind of just like listen to the swimming pool or the ocean or whatever. It was really nice. So yeah, I had a blast. It was really, really good.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah. And it was fun because it was like my parents, Steph and her fiance, me and Avery, and then 2 of my cousins and their friend. So it was like a big group of us. And some days we would go do things on our own. Some days we would all do like the parks together. And yeah, it was really fun. But yeah, we'll have to go to like Tulum or Cancun or any of those areas to do like a retreat, like a really like spiritual retreat there.
48-hour reset.
Yes, I know. Seriously, it was the best. And that Airbnb that we stayed up in Tulum was like perfect for something like that because it was huge. It like hosted up to 10 people.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was like really nice. And I think my sister said it wasn't like super expensive, like nothing like insane, especially when you have like 10 people.
Yeah.
That would be really nice. And yeah, it was just like perfect vibes. I love Mexico. It was so good.
Yeah, I need to get my passport.
Yeah, I know you'd need to. Yes. It's especially like going to Mexico is so like chill too because it's only like an hour and a half, 2 hours to get there to fly. Cancun. Yeah, from here. Like just one flight. You don't have to, hop on another flight or I guess unless you want to and make it cheap. But yeah, it's like super easy to get there.
Okay, well, next summer we need to plan a trip.
The summertime is like the best time, I think, to go.
Yeah.
For sure. Even maybe spring might be good too, but it's like, oh, it's just perfect. I love being over there. I just hate that it was kind of ruined that afterwards. Like I was just like so energized and I was like, oh my gosh, I've been waking up so early and like doing just being offline. It was so fun. And then I get back and I'm just like sick and gross and on my period and tired. And yeah, it was whatever.
At least you had time to rest.
Yeah,
I definitely
had 2 weeks to rest. Yeah. I didn't do anything. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that was how my last 2 weeks were. Nothing crazy.
Just everything amazing.
Yeah.
While you were thriving, I was over here like struggling.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, I feel like I need to tell the pod because we've talked about our running journey so much.
Oh yeah.
I had to take a step back from running and I was really, really sad about it. But I've just had some like health issues that I think running was making way worse. And so it was like really hard. But while we were like reading the Karma of Success, which we're going to talk about today, it's all about just like following your intuition. And I just felt like my intuition was saying you just need to stop. And that's really hard for me when I have a goal and I feel like I have to quit my goal. But I wanted to read what my friend Abby sent me, and it's like the most beautiful thing I've ever heard about quitting.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see.
Like, she's so good at like poetry.
She's so
like, writing.
Wise. It's like so weird. What did she say? Hold on, sorry, I have to scroll.
No, you're good.
Because I was just talking about how like, it's really hard for me to quote unquote quit something because I'm very just like competitive and goal driven. But she was like, running has definitely served its purpose for you. I think it's wonderful that our bodies communicate to us when we are pushing it in ways that it doesn't want or need. I'm giving you permission to still honor the huge accomplishment you've made of training and running so far for so consistently. But also you're smart to quit now because I didn't listen to my body when I was playing tennis for a very long time and I hurt my hips really bad. And there were signs that I needed to quit and I just kept pushing because I was just like really competitive in that way. And then she was like, you'll find more activities to give yourself fulfillment in your mind, in your body, in your soul. And then this is what was like crazy to me. She said, also, I really want our society to not only normalize quitting, but embrace it and see it as an accomplishment. If you don't have anything to quit, you haven't started anything worth quitting. If the world wasn't so scared of quitting, then people would be unstoppable. And I just thought that was so beautiful. Not to say that like we should glorify quitting and never accomplish our goals, but like if you never like try something, then that's like worse than quitting.
Yeah. yeah, because you're just never trying, you're never changing. You're just not you're not even going for your goals.
Yeah.
Because you're not even trying.
Yeah.
So no, that was perfect. No, and that's so true. And I've talked about that before where when I was younger, I feel like quitting just was never an option. And I was just like, well, and we're also manifesting generators. So we're always like wanting to try different things. And people just like, when you quit something, people just like look down on it.
Yeah.
I don't know why,
There's,
because
like, a lot of
I'd rather
shame.
just like, I'd rather just quit and then move on to something that I want to do.
Yeah.
Instead of like just keep pushing and pushing and pushing for what?
Yeah. And like, so I haven't been running for, I guess, almost 2 weeks now. And my body, it feels significantly better. Like, I think a lot of health issues that I have right now are due to like inflammation and just like stress. And so by pushing our body so hard, it was just like
too much.
It was too much for my
it was just like
stuff going on,
overwhelming.
so, yeah.
Overwhelming you. Yeah, well, that was beautiful. I know, that's so true. Just like quit if you have to. Like it really is. It shouldn't be a big deal, especially for like for other people to like shame it or to shame yourself. Honestly, is like the biggest thing. Is like it's okay.
Yeah. And it's like I feel a little bit better because I've already run a half marathon before, so and honestly I feel like it's probably the manifesting generator in me, but when I complete one goal, then like I'm over it.
You just want to move on. Yeah.
And I feel like since I've already done it, it's like easier for me to be like, okay, it's okay that I'm not doing
We're
this
good.
anymore.
We don't need to do
and
that
also
again.
I'm almost 30, and last time I trained for a half marathon I was like 26, 27.
Yeah.
So
but
I'm just
don't beat yourself up. You're fine. And you might find something else that's even better for your body and also just for you in general, like another hobby or whatever it is. Oh, that's good. Well, I also haven't ran in 2 weeks.
Well, you've been sick.
Yeah, well, I had every intention to run on vacation, but we were just drinking so much that I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to take this week off, and then I'll just start next week. The next week came and I got sick. Yeah. So it just didn't happen. So this is the first week that I'm like getting back into running. But I was just like, oh my God, of course this would happen. But I kind of like put in some buffer in my training too, because I felt like something like this would happen with vacation and also like getting sick. I don't know why I had that intuition that I might get sick or not even sick, but injured maybe too. So I was just like, you know what? It's okay. Like it'll be fine. We'll just have to start over.
Yeah.
Well, I guess not start over, but kind of. 2 weeks is a big break.
Yeah, but I think it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see when I run again, because I'm a little scared that it's just going to be like so hard, especially since I drank alcohol and I'm not used to drinking alcohol, like really ever. Like I drink maybe like once every 3 months, and we were drinking like every day for like a week. And so it was just like, I never felt drunk though, so that's good. So I never got like crazy, but it's still drinking the alcohol has like really big effects on your body. So.
Yeah, for sure.
But I don't know. Now that I'm feeling good, I'm like, oh, I can accomplish anything. So, especially after this book.
Yes, this book.
This book was like therapy to me.
Guys,
it was everything and more. Like it was
really good. It brought me back to like, I don't know. I felt like I was just like learning everything about myself for the first time again.
Yes.
It was crazy.
Yes. It just like, it brought you back to the basics, everything you needed to know. It's going to be definitely one of those books that I'm like going back to, referencing, like suggesting to everyone. And it's crazy because I was looking on TikTok to see if anybody had like posted about the book, and there's really not that much. And I'm like, oh my God, this book is so underrated. I feel like everyone needs to read this book.
And it's not new.
No, it's so good. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I read it during vacation, and then I kind of like reread it a little bit when I came back. And then, of course, I kind of not reread it, but just like when I was taking notes and trying to get the information onto a document so I can talk about it on the podcast, I kind of like reread it again. And I was just like, oh my gosh, every time I get like something new, and it's just like, oh, it was so good. But before we get into the book, was there anything else you wanted to talk about? I feel like you got a few notes.
Oh, yeah. Let me see. Well, just because like everything that I would see something, or everything that would happen, I'd write it down because we hadn't seen each other in so long.
I know. Well, yeah. And I had really like nothing happen. Like, I just went on vacation. I didn't think about anything. I didn't think about work. I didn't do anything. So I didn't really have much to talk about besides just going on the trip.
Well, there was a couple like controversial things that I found on TikTok that I kind of wanted to see your opinions on. Well, one of them wasn't on TikTok. I was talking to some of my friends and they had some content creator drama at a wedding.
Ooh.
And so I wanted to hear your take on it.
Okay.
So apparently there was a content creator who was also taking photos with a digital camera.
Oh.
And sent them to the client. And then when the client got her real photos back from her photographer, she decided that she didn't like the photographer's edits anymore and she wanted her to copy the content creator's edits.
Oh, God.
Which was just like crazy because this one photographer, like her style is very like particular and like you would hire her for that style.
Yeah.
And the content creator obviously is just like, I think she was just taking photos with like a Canon like G7X.
Yeah.
And so it was very natural.
Yeah.
Not much of like editing going on. And so yeah, that was wild. And then
these are people close to you?
Removed, but yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. And so I was like, wow, how would you even go about that? And then it's like I always think about like what is the role of a content creator versus a photographer, because photographers are capturing content as well. But I just feel like content creators are so cool because they're using a different medium like the iPhone. And I feel like when it goes past that, it's like you're basically just having two photographers.
That is happening a lot.
Yeah.
Because even at one of my weddings, there was a content creator that had a film camera and she was just like, oh, this is just like a little film camera that I have that I take pictures with. And I'm like,
you're like, same. And
when it's just like, I don't really care, but like then things like that happen.
Right.
So it's like
so messy.
It gets messy. And I think content creators should not be taking photos like at all. Because I've had that conversation with another content creator too. And she was just talking about like, oh, just taking photos with like a little Canon camera or whatever. But it's like, if you're wanting to be a photographer, just be a photographer. Like you shouldn't be sending photos to the client unless it's like an iPhone photo.
I know, because then it's like, it could go the same way for videographers. Like a content creator is sending you this amazing iPhone videos, and then you have a videographer, and then what if the client was like, well, actually I like this style better, can you change? And
like, well, and it would be like the content creator having a digital camera doing video.
Then
it's just like a whole different thing. Like that's not what a content creator is.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, do we have like concrete like definitions of what
that definitely is? I mean, it's definitely gonna be challenging these next few years, I think, because it's going to be like a struggle between content creators like just wanting to do whatever they want. And I don't think they've been in the industry long enough to know what they should be doing.
Yeah.
As far as like, you shouldn't be taking photos, you shouldn't be taking videos unless it's like from your iPhone. I think you have one job and you should be really good at that one job.
And I feel like they're trying to wear 10 different hats.
Where it's like film and like Polaroids and all of this stuff and digital photos, but like that's not your job.
Yeah, even the Polaroids. Like I know a lot of photographers that take Polaroids, and that's part of their service.
Yeah.
And so it's like,
I think photographers and content creators are going to have a lot of talks and a lot of like bumping heads within like the next few couple years because of that reason of just like they just don't know yet, and so they haven't run into that issue. And for the content creators, like, oh my gosh, they love my photos, and then for the photographer, that's like 10 times more work because they're going to try to get the client to be happy, and then you can't always make someone happy, and like how am I supposed to emulate what they did when it's like I don't know what they did, that's not my style. Ooh, that one's tough. That one's tough. I think now photographers just need to like just need to ask their couple if they are going to have a content creator. And if they do, these are the rules.
Yeah. Like, have conversations up front.
Yeah.
And then even if they do end up booking a content creator, like, getting on a call with the content creator and being like, these are the terms of my contract that the client has agreed to.
Because you just can't assume that they know what they're doing. Because they're just so new to the industry. Yeah. And there's really no one like making industry standards for them yet. And so they just don't know. And so definitely
and it's
needs
hard
to be
because
communicated.
Like, when you're like in such a creative role, you want to do everything. It's like so fun.
Yes.
Like, I'll just add a little camera. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
And you don't realize that it's actually kind of a big deal.
Well, yeah, exactly. Especially if there's already a photographer. Like if there wasn't and you were the only one there, then take as many photos as you want. But if there's someone already taking photos, then you just don't need to do that at all. Like for what reason?
Yeah.
Like I get that you want your own photos, but then just become a photographer. That's what you want to do.
Right. Yeah. So I think content creation should strictly be iPhone.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Yeah. Or even if they do have a camera, but it's like, it's just vertical and you're not trying to like make a film of it or like make a teaser video of like how a videographer would do it. I don't know. There's just,
But then it's even tricky because like they're making reels and then so like the reel looks like a video that like a videographer would have made.
Yeah.
So it's like hard.
Yeah. And I guess it's the same thing. Like videographers are doing that too. They're making reels. So I don't think it's really the equipment. I think it's just like how they're going about it at a wedding and what their like deliverables are.
Yeah. Deliverables is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I thought that was wild, and I hope that never happens.
Yeah,
to me.
That's definitely going to have to be a big conversation.
Yeah. And then the other thing that I saw on TikTok was this girl was going off, about how, and I've seen a couple people do this. They go off about how styled shoots are like making it in Vogue and like their opinions on that. And they were saying just like how that shouldn't be allowed and like it's a styled shoot. And I just don't understand why people get like in such a tizzy over about this. Because I'm like, what do you mean? Like, just because it wasn't like someone's actual wedding day doesn't mean that like all these real life vendors weren't involved and put their heart and soul into this dream that they planned, and like they're still doing their job.
Yeah.
And you're still doing your job as a photographer photographing it.
Yeah.
So I don't understand.
That's a story that goes back so many years too. People always have a problem with styled shoots.
I know.
That's like that's like the biggest deal. Like it's not even because it's in Vogue or because it's in this publication. It's just like people just have a like hard time with styled shoots, and I have never understood why. Don't do them if you don't want to do them.
Yeah.
If that's not a part of your business, okay, then don't do them. I don't know. That's just so much drama for no reason. Yeah. I just like, I'll never understand putting that much energy in something that you shouldn't even care about.
I know. And it's like, who cares? Like,
no, literally.
There's still photos of beautiful work that's like real work. Just because it was a styled shoot doesn't mean it's fake. Like,
yeah.
It's real florals. It's real table design. Yeah. It's real planning that went into it. Like, it's real.
Yeah.
So I just don't understand.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't even have like a good answer to that. The only advice I have is like, who cares? And don't get, I don't know, just like don't put so much energy and thought into it if you don't like it. Yeah, like you're not going to change Vogue's mind.
Yeah, it's just screaming like insecurity and like jealousy that your work wasn't good enough to get in. Like
or like I'll never understand it. I really will never. I'm like trying to be like devil's advocate, but I'm like, I don't know. I just don't get it. Like if you just don't want to do style shoots, then don't do them and stop telling other people not to do them, because it's gonna happen. Yeah, this has been in the industry for God knows how long. Yeah, like it's not changing. Sorry about it.
It doesn't water down the market. Like it's not producing, like
it's not taking you down. No. Like they're not out to get you.
Yeah, and it's not presenting like a fake world, because there are weddings in the real world that look like that.
Yes, exactly.
And
yeah.
those clients are wanting photos that look like that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Just
yeah.
stay in your lane. Don't think about it.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say if you're so angry.
Okay, that's all my TikTok drama that I found.
Okay, amazing. Wow.
Should we talk about the book?
Yeah, I have
The Karma of
so
Success?
much to talk about. I wish I could just recite the whole book to you guys because it was that good.
Literally.
Like, everything about it was just so good. Okay. So we read The Karma of Success by Liz Tran, and these are some of the reasons why I loved the book. It's like all about becoming the truest, boldest, most alive version of yourself. And it was like a perfect mix of business and spirituality. And I liked how it focuses on success in career and personal fulfillment, because personal fulfillment will bleed into your career. And so I really liked that she talked about that. And then I liked that there was like a few exercises that you could do to, that goes with the book and the chapters. And yeah, it just felt like really grounded and expansive, and it just felt like an easy read too. Like it wasn't like hard concepts or anything. Like it was honestly like just going back to the basics and just remembering how to be your most authentic self and just trusting yourself.
Yes, and remembering how easy it is and how accessible it is. And you don't have to spend a lot of money and all these like self-help spiritual like practices. It's literally just like you yourself.
Yes.
Go touch some grass.
Yes. Yeah. Trust yourself. She literally at the end of the book, she was like, if I could put this entire book into one sentence, it'd be trust yourself. And I was like, that is honestly so good. I was just like, oh my God, this is everything to me. It really like I said earlier, it felt like therapy. It was everything I needed to hear.
Yeah, same. And it's like funny because like I feel like we know these things and these practices, but like I just feel like sometimes you can just get lost in like everything that's happening that you forget to go back to the basics.
Yeah. And this is, like I said, again, this is going to be one of those books where I'm going back to again and again because I just cannot get over how good it felt to read.
Yeah. It's like Bible.
Yeah, no, it really is. It really is. And so I also wrote down like, what is the karma of success? Just in case you didn't read the book, but you're like curious about what we're going to talk about. I wanted to talk about kind of like some of the terms that she had in here just to kind of like, I don't know, remind you or just, again, if you haven't read the book, just to kind of give you an idea of what it is. So what is the karma of success? It's when wins and achievements come from alignment and not force. So external successes come once your internal world is aligned. So that's like mindset and everything. And it's not the hustle, it's the intuition that comes with it. And success becomes inevitable when you're rooted in your own truth. And I was so good. Like, it's just so good. And she also talks about the inner genius. And basically everyone has their own karma, which is their destiny, and an inner genius, which is the wisest, most creative version of yourself. The inner genius always knows what to do even when you don't. Most of us operate in mechanical work, which she explains mechanical work is like doing what society expects you to do. And the book invites us to shift into intuitive work by listening inward instead of listening to what society wants us to do, which is like that mechanical work of like timelines and like when you should do this, when you should be married by this time, and just like what people are telling you. So you want to shift into intuitive work and just like listening to yourself and not what other people say or want you to do.
And I feel like the inner genius is what she calls it. You can think of it as like your higher self or your truest self, or just like, I'm trying to think of different terms that like people use.
Yeah.
But it's basically the same thing. But I like that she calls it inner genius because it's like something that is like innately like known.
Yeah.
Like you just know it. You can't like describe why. So I like that.
No, all the wording and everything is so good because it also gives you like a different perspective of like how she thinks of it too. Because like you said, we know all of these things.
Yeah.
But she put it all in a way that's like so actionable, and like you do one thing before you do another. And like I liked how the first part of the book was like expansions, which is like the mindset shifts that you need to make in order to get to the karma of success. And then that's like the second part is like how you're manifesting all of it.
Yes, I loved the way it was broken down too.
Yeah.
Like,
it was really, really good.
especially because we had just done an episode about like limiting beliefs. And these were like the counter beliefs to those limiting beliefs.
Yes, exactly. And so the 4 expansions is like the first part of the book. So it's like mindset shifts. So the first one is I can change. Change is natural and welcome. 2, I can be my authentic self. Lead with your full self. I can be happy. Joy is more powerful than fear. I can trust my intuition. Your wisdom is real. And she just kind of goes into how to change, how to be your authentic self, how to be happy, trusting your intuition, all of those things in order to get into the 4 spiritual strategies, which the first one was inquiring inward, silence, stillness, and solitude. Create space to hear your intuition. And then manifesting mindfully is the second one. Use vision, gratitude, and confidence to shape your reality. And number 3, enriching your energy, choosing habits that nourish your soul to feed your inner genius. And then number 4, becoming brilliant. So leaning into joy, accepting the unknown, and softening your grip on control.
I loved that one.
Yeah, the last one was really, really good. I really liked, well, honestly, the whole book. Like like if I could recite the whole book, she had so many good quotes in there. Like I was highlighting left and right in my Kindle. Like it was just everything I needed.
I have one quote that I wrote down.
Okay, yes.
It's kind of at the beginning of the book. So,
Okay.
If you're someone who's like, I don't even know what intuition is or how do I hear it, like this quote was like really addresses that. So she says, before I learned to trust my intuition, I had always made calculated, seemingly rational choices about what was most likely to generate the best outcome. And that's what she's talking about, that mechanical work. Like everything is very logical, rational,
based in data.
Like it's quote unquote proven for success.
Yes.
And that's all she's saying. She did all that before she learned to trust her intuition. And so your intuition is literally all about letting go of that control.
Yes.
And which seems really scary. But that's why in the book she has different practices where you can get better at hearing your intuition, so it's not as scary and it's not as like out there to trust your gut on things.
Yeah, and that was so I wrote down like the biggest themes that I loved from the book, and that was one of them. It was the power of intuition over hustle. So this is what I wrote down. We're taught to follow formulas, but true alignment comes from within. Your inner genius already knows the way. You just have to create space to hear it. And so she also talks about like intuition in terms of like, how can we even hear it? And a lot of it was just like, we're not creating space for it. And so that's where the 3 S's comes in, which is stillness, silence, and solitude, which is just like being with yourself in stillness and like not listening to anything, just being alone with your thoughts, basically kind of like meditation, but it doesn't have to be that. It can be anything that you want, but you have to create those moments in order to listen to your intuition. Because if it's noisy up there in your mind, you're not going to be able to listen to your intuition because there's always something going on. There's no stillness. It's like chaotic. And so that was one of the things that I was just like, oh my gosh, I needed to hear that. Like you really do need to create space for that. And we're just not good at doing that as humans. I do know why. It's just society. We're just like, we're always on the computer. We're always doing something. We're running from this and that. And we're always listening to something. We're like doing mindless watching and just like on TikTok and like never really sitting in silence and just being still and being in solitude too, just like being alone with no one else. And so where was I? Oh, this is one of the quotes that I really liked from the intuition was the the only work is to become the boldest, truest, most alive version of yourself. With no stillness, no solitude, and no silence, there's no way for him. Oh, wait. Oh, these are 3 different quotes. My bad. This is the one I really liked. With no stillness, no solitude, and no silence, there was no way for him to find the answers that he needed. Because she was talking about this guy, like, just working when he was home. Like, he wanted to go travel, but had never traveled before. He wanted to make his relationship better, but wasn't doing that because when he's home, he's working, he's answering emails because he doesn't know what else to do.
Mhm.
And so her main point of that, it was like, well, if you're only doing work and you're not focusing on things that create joy, or you're just not like, I don't know, reading books or doing something that you love, you're just never going to find your intuitive self
Yeah,
at all.
you're never creating a space to listen to yourself, basically.
Mm-hmm. And one of the intuition quotes that I really like that she said too is, when it comes to your life, you know better than anyone else.
Yeah.
It's so good.
And also, I feel like I always think about like people who are like the naysayers. And so like if you're listening to this and you're like, that's just a load of shit. Like, you have to do work to create success. I want you to think about any successful person, like any person who's made it, okay? They got there by listening to their intuition.
Yep.
They had to. Because, like, if that was the case and all we had to do to be successful was to do just, like, mundane mechanical work and do the step 1, step 2, step 3, and we just burnt our lives out, then we would all be successful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
yeah. No, and it's so true. And I also wrote down that for me, it was like a big reminder that rest, stillness, and silence are just as valuable as the work.
yes.
And when I give myself space to just be, that's when my best work comes to me.
Yeah.
And I know exactly what to do and where to go next. And so it was just like a really, really good reminder that you just you have to like be still sometimes. You cannot be work, or just like making space for it too. It's not, because I feel like I have all this time, but I never make space for things like that. Like just being still and just like listening to my intuition, because when I'm being still, I'm listening to something, or when I'm being still, I'm like on TikTok. So it's really like you have to make it a priority in order to do your best work and be the most creative, bold self that you can be.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I love the intuition of it all.
Yes.
It was so, so good. I was like, oh my gosh. Is there anything else about intuition that you wrote down?
This is another quote. She said, our bodies and brains do an infinite number of amazing things like breathe, pump blood, grow babies, all without intentional thought. So there must be intuitive thinking going on in the background too. And it's just so true. Like, if you think logically about it, like, how are our bodies so incredible at doing all these things without thinking? Like, then we have to have this intuitive nature too about our thoughts.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So I don't know. I just like that again.
I know there's so many good quotes in this book. Like, it was hard for me not to put them all in. Like, I had like a whole document of like quotes that I was just like, oh my gosh, these are just so good. Is there anything else?
I liked her affirmations. She said, I make time for daily silence, stillness, and solitude. I am curious about myself and cultivate self-awareness. I listen to my higher hunches, and I differentiate between my inner genius and my ego.
Okay.
And those are just like affirmations you can write down every day to like.
Yeah, she had a lot of affirmations in there that I really, really loved. Because affirmations, I feel like sometimes are like really, do I really need to be saying that? Well, it's like some of them are just like very like what would you call it? Like very what's the word? Like too what is it when you're like too positive and it's not even like, oh my gosh, what is it called?
I know what you're saying, but I can't think of the word.
Well, anyways, sometimes affirmations just feel like very like Marshalls, put it on the wall, like happiness is
like live, laugh, love.
Yes, things like that where it's just like, but the affirmations that she had specifically, like I was just like, oh my gosh, yeah, I need to remember that one. Like I need to write that down. But I'll talk about some in a little bit because I have my 3 three or four themes that I really loved from the book. The second one theme that I really liked was joy is productive. So joy isn't the reward at the end of success. It's part of the fuel for success. The more joyful and rested you are, the more in line and magnetic your work becomes. And that's like what I got from like the joy part of what she was talking about.
Yeah.
And so self-discipline isn't about restriction. It's about choosing what actually serves you. And I actually think you reposted a TikTok about self-discipline and renaming it to something else. Was it you that did that? I swear you reposted something about renaming self-discipline.
That sounds really familiar.
To like self something or like oh my gosh, what was it TikTok? It was so good.
Keep talking and I'll find it.
Okay. And then rest and play are not distractions. They're how you recharge your creative energy. I love how Liz gave us like permission to enjoy life while building something meaningful. I don't want to wait for like a vacation to feel joy. I want to build it into like everyday life.
Mm-hmm.
And that's definitely something that I was thinking about in Mexico too, where it's like, I'm having so much fun because I'm here, but like, how can I have so much fun at home too?
Yeah.
Like, I want to feel this feeling every day and not just like have to like work for it like once a year to go on vacation. Like, I want to feel it in everyday life.
Mm-hmm.
And this just like kind of like challenged my narrative too, with having to like push so hard all of the time, or like shaming myself for not pushing so hard all of the time, and just realizing that the version of myself that sleeps, moves, laughs, plays, she's the one that is building a sustainable business and not the one that's always like work, or like shaming myself for not working, because that's also like something that I really struggle with, is like shaming myself for like having so much time but not putting 24/7 of myself into building a business. So that's something that I was really like, oh my gosh, you're so right. And like anytime she was like talking about joy, I was just like, oh my gosh, I never color. Like, I only colored that one time. And I'm like, I really need to like make that a part of like my either like weekly routine, daily routine, end of work routine, or even maybe before I start work, because she also rewired my brain in thinking that the arrival fallacy, where she was talking about like, when I get this, I'll be happy. When I do this, I'll be happy. And it's just like every time, if you talk to anyone that's successful, every time they're going to tell you, it really didn't change much. The only thing that changed was the goalpost, and I never got happier because I wasn't doing joyful things to get there, or like everything seemed like a challenge, and I couldn't find joy within the challenges. And that's something else that she talked about too, which was just like mind blowing, about like just like finding the lesson or the like humor in the challenges that you're facing right now. That like something that part of the chapter, or like part of the book, was just so inspiring to me, because I was just like,
who was,
that is
was
so
it the
true.
Dalai Lama that was saying that?
I don't remember.
Buddha.
I don't remember.
It was either Buddha or the Dalai Lama.
Yeah.
They were saying that like every time
they laugh.
They laugh during hardships.
I think it was the Dalai Lama.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it's like you have to find the humor, because the way you got there isn't the way you're going to be able to change the outcome. Like, you have to think differently about what you're doing, because then you're just going to be like shamed into like a different like challenge, or like you're just going to continue like repeating that pattern. And so you just have to like think about like, okay, what I'm going through a challenge right now, and it seems stressful and hard, and it feels like I'm never gonna be able to, overcome this challenge. But like, what's the lesson? What's the humor in it? Like, we can all laugh at things sometimes. Like, how can I think about this differently? And that's how you're gonna overcome the challenge. So I just thought that was like such a good part of the book, because it's like, yeah, you can also have happiness and challenges at the same time.
That's the T. The duality of humanity.
The duality. And there was a quote, I didn't write it down, I don't think, but it was just like about how if you're waiting for your life to be free of challenges, be free of like any hardship, you're going to be waiting forever. Like they're going to coexist, and it's going to be impossible to be happy and have no challenges. Like there's always going to be something. And I think I really needed to hear that too, because it's like you think life is just like when you're happy, you don't have anything like challenging going on, you're debt free, you're all of these things that you thought it would be, but there's always going to be challenges. There's always going to be something. And sometimes it's not going to be like super hard challenges or anything, but you're still going to have to like, work through some things.
And that kind of goes into when she was talking about manifestation. And like, I like how her main tool really for manifestation is just gratitude.
Yes.
Because that is something that is accessible to everyone. It takes no money. You just sit down and write down your gratitude list. And when I tell you, like, anytime I've quote unquote been in like a rock bottom or a really hard challenge, the only thing that has gotten me to change my mindset to be able to come out of it is gratitude.
Yeah. When it's the thing with like happiness and challenges, they have to coexist.
Yes.
Like you can't get over, like, you're never going to be happy waiting for like, the world to be perfect.
Peaceful.
Yeah. Peaceful.
Yeah.
Like it's just not going to happen. And that's one of the things where it's like you might be going through like a more challenging time right now, but there are things that you can be grateful for in this moment, whether it's like, you're sleeping inside, or like you have a home, or like just simple things like you have water to energize yourself, like all of those things too. It's like it doesn't have to be anything that you buy, doesn't have to be anything like that. So I thought that was really good too. And how manifesting is
simple.
Easy. It's so easy.
It's like you go back to the real basics. It's just literally being grateful. Yes. And since like we've been reading this book, every night I have a journal on my bedside table, and I make myself write 3 things that I'm grateful for that day, and I also make Ian do it.
Oh, stop!
So this is
That's
his
so
first
cute,
time.
little partner check-in.
It's so cute, and it's so cute to see like what he's grateful for versus what I am.
Yes, yeah, and it really makes you think, because sometimes I'm like, what am I grateful for? Like, I don't know. But it's like little things where it's like, wait, I have a roof over my head. A lot of people don't. And so it really kind of makes you think sometimes, because it's like you can be in that mindset where everything is, you're falling into victimhood, and it's like, you blame yourself for everything, but it's like little things like that. You're just like, okay, what am I grateful for? I had a good meal today. A lot of people can't have meals. Like, it's just like little things like that that really put into perspective, and like reminding yourself of that gratitude, like really changes things up.
It does, because it flips a switch in your brain to where you're not in like the negatives anymore, and you're able to see things in a new light.
Yes.
And like, that's the only way that you're going to find solutions to problems.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's so good.
It's like, so simple, but it's so good.
Well, and it's that's the thing too, because she also talks about like, what it was like another 3 little things that you do, like movement.
Yes. Movement, rest, and nature.
Yes. Movement, rest, and nature. And it's like, again, these concepts are so easy that anybody can do, and it's because it's true. Like there's reasons why every single book talks about these things. Like movement is like a really big one, nature's a really big one. So it's just like these things are easy because anybody can do them. And the reason why not everyone is successful is because we fall into like the big victimhood. We fall into like the pattern of like, everything's challenging, nothing's ever going to get better, so we're not grateful for anything. And those are the only reasons that people aren't successful, because they're not.
Yeah. And she also
their brain.
Talks about the movement, nature, and rest thing. She talks about doing those every day, because without them, they lead to burnout. But when you are burnt out, I love this. She said it's called like the 48-hour reset.
Oh, yes.
And it's basically where you take 48 hours, you don't have your phone, and you're literally just in nature, movement, or rest, like for 48 hours.
Yes.
And oh my gosh, I want to like start implementing that like once a month.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. And some of the quotes that I wrote down for the joy theme is: joy creates better outcomes than fear. To generate the karma of success, you must go easy on yourself. You deserve to be happy. Joy is your birthright, and now you have permission to do whatever you can to get yourself more of it. I was like, I love it. And then the third theme that I really liked from the book is the gentle way over control. The main idea of this is like control and perfectionism are illusions. The real path to success is through self-compassion, presence, and letting life unfold. This one was like the biggest theme that I was just like, I need to read this 10 times over. I need to study it. I need to make a research paper about it. Like it was that deep for me. Yeah, it just like felt like I really, like out of everything in the book, I really needed to hear this like gentle way of like going about things. Some of the things that she talks about are timelines are made up. Milestones don't mean more just because they happen on time. And when you feel like you're failing, that's actually part of your path. The key is how you respond. That was like a really big thing in one of the chapters, is like talking about failure and how that really, the reason people are successful is because they fail, but they keep getting back up. They don't let it stop them from achieving their dreams. And I was just like, yep, I really need to hear that.
And then she listed a bunch of like famous people that we all know and love, and they literally got their success when they're like 40, 50, 60.
Yes.
So it's like timelines literally don't. They don't exist.
Yeah, and you're on your own unique path. It doesn't matter what your friends are doing or when you're going to do it. Just like, that's the thing about control. You want to control when things happen, but sometimes you just can't. You just gotta let it flow. You just gotta. Sometimes you just can't. You can't think about you gotta stay in the present, which is so hard. And then failure doesn't mean you're off track. It's just part of the process. This was just like, I don't know. I tend to want things to happen fast, and I panic when I like feel like I'm behind. So this book just like reminded me like I'm exactly where I need to be.
Yes.
Like no need to worry, like just let things happen and we'll see. That was like another quote. We'll see. Like that story in there about like the farmer. It was just like, we'll see. And I was just like, okay, yeah, we'll see. Yeah. Like we'll see where it goes. It doesn't have to be like this big plan. And things are always changing. And one of the quotes on there too that I really like was, there is no one to blame, especially myself, for one of the affirmations. And I was just like, oh my gosh. And another one was, I hate this situation, but I accept that I am here. So like when you're feeling like you're in this like challenging time and you feel like you can't get through it, it's like, I hate this. I hate that I'm here, but I'm going to accept that I'm here and we're just going to get through it. And that is the gentle way.
Yeah.
It's like you maybe got yourself in a mess and now you're like, why am I here? Like, why did I do this to myself?
I hate myself. I suck.
Yes, exactly. But it's like you can confirm, okay, I hate this situation, but I accept that I'm here. I'm here and all I can do is move forward. Like there's nothing else. Like it's already been done. And so that's like the gentle way of getting yourself over a situation, or like trying to get yourself out of a situation, is just being like having those affirmations where it's not like, I love myself, because you're not going to believe it. Like you're not going to be like, I can get over it. That's just like, you're not going to believe it, but this you can believe. You're like, I hate that I'm here, but I have to accept that I'm here.
Yeah.
And so I thought those were really good, because it's just like, yeah, no, it's true. You are where you are, and the only thing left to do is to make the most of it. And then the next time you are struggling or failing, use the gentle way. Instead of berating yourself for how badly you're drowning, congratulate yourself for the courage to begin. And I was just like, oh, yep, that's really something I needed to hear. And these are some of the quotes that I liked from this section. Is the karma of success can only happen when you have the courage to break society's structures and time frames. This is your precious life. Why copy and paste someone else's?
Yes.
So good. Why copy and paste someone else's?
Yeah.
It's so true. And then another one was, success comes from the mastery of failure.
I also loved, I think she said, the more you love yourself, the more successful you'll be.
Yes. Yep. And it's true. You can't hate yourself into success.
No.
And she even talked about like how she she works with a lot of like entrepreneurs that are like really entrepreneurs, like trying to get investing in funds and like make billion-dollar companies. And she said that the most successful ones are the ones that do something in their week that they're joyful for, or that they just like read a book that has nothing to do with work. And it's like really simple things. Like it's nothing crazy. And so she talks about like that's the only thing that she saw like success and failure is like the people that were working on themselves besides working were more successful than the people that were just like running themselves to the ground and not doing anything else. Because you always think like if I work harder than someone else, if I learn everything, if I do this and that, I'm going to be more successful. And that's not really true.
Well, it's not, because she did a study and like she literally said this group of people, like you're saying, they did that and they were nowhere near as successful as the people who were not obsessed with working themselves to the ground.
Yeah. And it's crazy because she was talking about like these entrepreneurs are like the type of entrepreneurs that are like literally working 24/7. Like they are like grinding. And it was just so nice to hear that they also prioritize just even one thing in their life that wasn't work.
Yeah.
And it still works because you have to have that space and the stillness and the solitude to be able to be creative, make decisions, all of that stuff. And I was just like, I love hearing it because I do like the hustle. I really do. I like the idea of it. And I hate to say it because everyone's like, don't grind, blah, 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 girl boss, not good. But like, I kind of like it. I'm not going to lie. I think I do better when I'm like kind of like focusing on that. But I think there's a way to merge those two together. And she did like such a perfect job of both because she's like one of those entrepreneurs that's like, you know, working with these people, and she's not like, oh, you can't only work 4 hours, like you
right.
It's just like I don't know.
She's not saying like don't do any work.
Yeah or like you can only work 2 days a week, like you have to like, you know, you have to take rest and you have to do this and you have to do that. It's like, no, you don't have to do anything. You can follow your own path.
Yes.
And I feel like we say that literally we all the time.
That is like our MO over here.
And it's just so funny, like, I don't know, having a different perspective on it. So I'm just like, okay, yes, I can hustle, I can grind, and I can want to be like a millionaire, but I do have to prioritize the joy and the stillness and all of the things that come with creativity too.
Yeah.
I can't just do the work.
Yeah, because business is creative.
Yeah.
And we can't pour from an empty cup.
Yeah.
And I think, oh shoot, I just had a thought and I forgot it. Shoot.
It's about hustle, work, grind.
Oh, like she was like some of the people that she was saying that did take time for themselves. It was very simple. Like one of them was like, I just go on a walk.
Yes.
Like, or like on my drive to the office, I listen to music that really like inspires me and pumps me up. It's like, and I liked how she was also talking about how like people, like we think in the mechanical work, we have to wake up at 5 and we have to do this. And like, it's, if we don't, then we're sacrificing for our work.
Yeah.
But it's literally the opposite. So.
Yeah, I know. It's so good. And again, it's so easy.
It's so easy.
Why? And at the beginning of the book too, it kind of talks about like the control and like changing. It's like we want to change so bad, but we just don't because we're so comfortable in how we are and we don't want the change because it's the unknown. And I think, again, that's like why some people are successful and some people aren't, is because they don't want to change, or they do want to change, but they don't want to do the uncomfortable. And
the successful people are not fearful of the unknown.
Yeah.
They jump into it. They like risks.
Yes. Yeah. And that's the intuition part too.
Yeah. It's literally not a risk because you're listening to yourself. But if you're not accustomed to listening to yourself, it feels like a risk.
Yes. And there was a quote. Okay. I have to find it because I don't think I wrote it down in my notes, but it was so good. I wrote it down in my Google Doc because I had a Google Doc that I was like, I can't talk about this. This is a whole book. Like I might as well like written the whole book onto this Google Doc. So I really had to like pick a few themes for the podcast because I was like, oh my God, I'm just gonna rewrite the book if that's the case. But hold on, let me find it really quick. Did you find that TikTok?
I think
you
so.
You reposted it.
Yes, I think so. Is it this one?
No. It was something about, they were talking about self-discipline, but renaming it to something else. Do you have your repost?
How to make discipline more feminine?
Yes. Okay. Talk about that really quick.
Reframing the word discipline to devotion, because this TikToker, she's saying like discipline seems so masculine and it's like, oh, you have to do this and you have to do that. And it makes you feel like you don't want to do it. But if you reframe it to devotion and like you're devoted to yourself, it's just a much more like feminine energy, and it makes it easier to want to do things for yourself. And I loved it.
Yeah, devotion. Devotion is a really, really good word, and just a good way to reframe things. Because yeah, you always, I mean, I even talk about self-discipline. I think I've talked about it in a few podcast episodes. But devotion is a really good word to like reframe that and not make it so like, I don't know, girl boss, I guess.
It's like romantic. Like it's romantic too. So it's like,
it's very chic.
Yeah.
Like I have devotion.
Yes.
Not
I'm
self-discipline.
devoted to myself.
Yes, exactly.
And my goals.
But one of the things that I really thought about, because I think me and Miranda talk about this a lot, where when we have an idea or we have a goal in mind, people are like, I don't know if that'll work. That's crazy. That's
You're
just
crazy
like,
for wanting that.
Yeah, exactly. And that's like what I had in my head the whole time. And some of these quotes that Liz has in this book are just like, oh my God, are you kidding me? Like they're so good. So this one that I have written down is, it says, following your intuition will never make sense to someone else. The average person might believe that this is impractical and illogical to make a decision like this, but these intuitive choices allow you to free your inner genius and create deeply meaningful and successful work. And it's so true. Nothing is going to make sense to someone else. Like it just isn't. Like, especially if it's like like crazy dream or like it feels like impossible to someone else, but to you it feels so real, so like this is my dream. Why would it be illogical? Like it's not. And so just like reframing that too, it's like, because you will have people that are going to be like, you probably shouldn't do that,
right?
Like, you know,
that doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make sense. Like you shouldn't do that. And just that quote, I was just like, it's so true. It's never going to make sense to anybody else. It's never going to make sense. And I have like a true testament to this. When I was best friends with someone in high school and we went to college together and we both changed our majors kind of like at around the same time to do art. And her parents, I was really close with her parents. And they were just kind of like always like very like, art, like, it's hard for them because they just don't know like that pathway to success. And I understand it because they were both like, they both had like great jobs. Like, her mom was a banker and her dad was like a mechanic. So it's like very just like, you know, jobs that they love to do, but just art always to them seem like, you're not going to make money. Like are you going to be okay? Like this does not seem like the right path. And I'm so thankful that I followed the logical, the creative path, because it's led me to where I am today, in building a business for myself. And not even a few years ago, her mom texted me and I was like, I'm so sorry that I ever like made you guys feel that you couldn't do what you like wanted, basically. And it was just like, oh my gosh, like she was like, I'm so proud of you. Y'all are so successful, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, it's so true. Like people are not going to see your path the same way you see your path. Like it's just, and they want to be careful. Like as a parent, like trust me, I understand. Probably at the time I didn't. I was like, why are y'all killing our dreams? But I now understand it, like just as like a person, just being like, of course, like, I'm not going to understand someone that does something completely different than I am. And I have my own experiences where I'm like, oh, maybe you shouldn't do that. Like, I don't know, like, maybe you shouldn't move across the country. It just seems like a lot. And so we all have our own experiences, our own like logic, but you'll always know what's right for you.
Yeah.
Always.
And the simple fact that other people are not going to understand, like, should give you, like, the permission to do whatever you want. Because once you, like, take away the, oh, I need to, like, impress everyone or I need everyone's validation to do something, it just, like, frees you up to do whatever you want and follow your intuition.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I just, like, when I was reading all of that, I was like, it's so true. No one's going to understand. And I've never been able to, like, put that into words where it's like, why don't they understand? Like, what is it that they think that's so crazy or so wild? Even if it's just like a simple little goal that you have, it doesn't even have to be anything like wild where you're like moving across the country or moving to a different country or anything like that, where it's just like, oh, I want to do this goal. And they're like, are you sure?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, just reading that, I was just like, it's so true. I love this. Like, it's just like, I don't know, everything that we've had questions about, everything that we've been like feeling lately was just all in this book, Miranda.
Yes.
And it was just like so like soul. It like fed my soul.
Yes. Soul
and I loved
food.
it. Because like every time I would like read something, I was like, oh my God, me and Miranda were just talking about that. Or like, I've always had to deal with this. Or like, I don't know. It's just crazy. And it just put everything that I love and believe in one book.
Mm-hmm.
It was great. It was really good.
So true. It felt like different books that I've read.
Yes, all in one. Yes, and that's why I'm like, okay, I feel like everyone needs to read this. Okay, so my last and final theme that I had on here was manifestation as a mindset and not magic. Because again, there's a lot of people that think manifestation is very woo-woo and very like magical, witchy. Like I don't know where that came from. Maybe it's just like the stereotype of like, I don't know, of a hippie or like I don't know where it came from, but we're here to, reframe that because manifestation really is mindset and science. And so the main idea that I got from this section was like manifestation is about alignment, not control. You build belief through vision, gratitude, and confidence over and over again. And so one of the main things that she talks about is through vision, that's like visualization. And so she talked about like how like a lot of Olympians, a lot of people that are doing successful work are like literally in their head visualizing every step of what they're doing. So like if someone has like a big speech, they'll visualize it in their head of like, how is the speech going to go? What are my talking points? Like they're literally in their head, like visualizing it and sometimes writing it down. And so manifestation comes from vision, and then gratitude, which is what we talked about earlier, where you're like constantly like in gratitude with yourself and just like, okay, what am I grateful for? Even though I have 10,000 challenges that I cannot get over right now. And then confidence, just about having so much confidence in yourself because that's how you're going to manifest everything and have the karma of success. And I loved the chapter about manifestation because again, it is so easy.
It's literally so easy. And I love the confidence part because I think we've talked about before, like building confidence in your actions is what like propels your success. And so it's literally just manifestation. Like that's all it is. And then I had one thing about the confidence. Oh, I loved when she was talking about the first 5 hours. Do you remember that? And she was saying the first 5 hours
of like doing something new.
Sucks. It just sucks. And like you're going to feel like you can't do it or, like you'll never be able to accomplish something. But it's like after the first 5 hours, you've built confidence in doing it and then it just snowballs and then sooner than you know it, you're an expert at it. So it's like you just have to get over the first 5 hours of it being awful.
Well, it also has to do with the failure part of it. Like you're not going to be good the first 5 hours.
Right.
Like, it's just not going to happen. And that has to go with like content creation too. Like some of the content is not going to hit.
Right.
But you have to keep going. You have to fail and then realize like, oh, this is working. And then this is working. But if you never try and you never fail, you're never going to know what works.
Yeah. If you never start the first 5 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just not
You're never going to get to the 40th
Yeah.
hour.
And I think the more you fail too, the more you're more resilient to it too. So it doesn't feel like you're like, oh, failing. It just feels like, well, I'll just try again. Like it doesn't feel as like, it doesn't hit you as bad. So if you do it over and over again, it's like, what is it called when you, why do I always forget things on the podcast? I'm like, it's these bright lights. I'm like, it like blasts my brain to nothing. What is it called? Nope, it's not going to come to me.
Describe it.
I'm like,
maybe I can think of it.
I can't. No, I already forgot. Yeah, it's gone. But anyways, yeah, just what were we even talking about? The first 5 hours.
Yes, the first 5 hours.
And failing.
Yeah.
And how that has to do with and all of the points that she makes all go together too. It's crazy. Because like I don't think she was really talking about failure when she was talking about like doing the first 5 hours. It was really just about like building confidence.
Mm-hmm.
But another thing about manifestation is like being very clear and specific with what you want when you're manifesting. And she made like this, would it be an analogy where she talks about like if you're ordering food from a server, you would say, I want the peanut butter and jelly with an orange juice. But if you say something like, I might want something sweet, but maybe something salty, but maybe I'm not too sure, then the server's not going to know what to get you.
Yeah.
Like they're going to be like, okay, like I don't know what to get you. And so it's the same thing with the universe.
Mm-hmm.
You have to like be very clear and concise and like, this is what I want. And that's what the universe is gonna give you. And there was another quote that just like really got me about this one. Again, I don't know why I didn't write it down. I just thought I would have way too much to to say that I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the one. Sometimes we turn away from our dreams, convincing ourselves that they're selfish or greedy. We think to ourselves, who am I to want more when what I have is perfectly fine? A helpful way to work with this guilt of wanting is to remember how accomplishing your dreams will help others. You see, every personal dream also contains the desire to make the world a better place in ways big or small. And I was like, that's so true, because she also talks about how she has a podcast and she's not like, oh, I need this many followers and this many things. Like it's really just about like helping 1 or 2 people. Like it's really nothing crazy. And again, like I feel like this book is so underrated. I'm like, I'm about to blow it up on TikTok. Yeah. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm like, I need this to be out in the world for everyone because it's such a good book. And she's not like, I wouldn't say like she's super popular because like I said, like there's always a TikTok about books. Or there's always a TikTok about a book. And there was just like 1 or 2 that I found about this book specifically. And I'm like, how? Everyone needs to read this. But talk about your thing that you wanted to talk about.
Oh, well, this is just for all my girlies out there that are like, I can't get with the woo-woo-ness. I'm not spiritual. And you think that like tarot cards or like oracle readings and stuff like that is like weird.
Yes.
This really stuck with me because sometimes I'm like, yeah, I get the tarot, but sometimes I'm like, I don't understand it. And so she was saying that like pulling oracle or tarot cards, the cards aren't telling you your future. They're just encouraging your inner genius to show up and like give you the answers within yourself. And when I can like reframe it that way, I'm like obsessed with it. I'm like, okay,
I've
give
always
me the opportunity to listen to myself.
Yes, I've always thought of them as more so like affirmations.
Right. I feel like I've always been like, and maybe it's just because like society paints a picture of like a fortune teller.
Oh,
like,
yes. I mean, there are those too, but if you're just doing it with yourself, it's more like.
So I've always been like, okay, pulling this card, the card is trying to tell me something. And like you read what the card says and you're like, I don't understand that. But it's really about like the card is like inviting your inner genius to show up and be like, what do you need to hear from yourself?
Yeah.
And I love
And
that.
sometimes that might not happen. Like you might read it and be like, I don't understand. Like I don't really know where this is going. But maybe later in the day, you're like, oh, wait a second. Or like you said, it is like inviting. It's almost like a journal prompt.
Yeah.
Where it's like you're not journaling about it, but you're like thinking about it, and you're like, what is it about this card what is it telling me? Or like, what do I need to hear right now? And so that's why I think it's also kind of like an affirmation of like when you're pulling a card and you read the description or whatever, it's just like, oh, like I haven't thought about this in a while. Like, what is the universe trying to tell me right now? And it's just like one of those things where it's like a little journal prompt or a little mind prompt to bring your inner genius out and your intuition and your pings and all of that stuff. All the same thing.
Yeah,
There's so many words for each thing. I was like, oh my gosh, the inner genius is like pings, where you're like,
yeah, or what she said, she called them like higher hunches.
Yes, higher
like,
hunches. Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Let's see if there was anything else that. Speaking on like tarot cards and everything else, something that I found interesting too, and why I texted you. Did you do your numerology?
Oh yes, I wanted to talk about that.
I totally forgot about that until you were talking about like the tarot cards and everything. But one of the quotes that she has on like personality tests and like enneagrams and numerology and astrology, all of those things, I loved what she said, because sometimes I feel like people are just like, I don't like any of that, because it's just like, I don't want someone to tell me who I am or what I am or whatever. They're just like very not about it. But the reason why I think me and Miranda love it is because this is what she says. Personality tests don't define who we are, but rather give us a path to become the best versions of ourselves. No matter what personality test you explore, remember that none of them is gospel. The only authority who can define your character is you. And I was like, exactly. Like it doesn't have to be all true, but most of the time it is.
Yeah.
Most of the time it is.
Oh my God. Did you look? You said you looked up your numerology,
Yes. Let me pull it up, because I didn't write it down because I completely forgot until you said something about it. And
I looked at mine too.
This will be a good
I want to
chat.
know what yours is, because I'm wondering if we're in the same.
Okay, hold on. Let me pull it up. You start. What is yours? Like, what is your numerology?
Okay, so basically, from what I understand, numerology is like these 9 different numbers, and they represent 9 different years, and it's like a cyclical thing.
Yeah. So 1 through 9.
1 through 9, and each year like represents a different time in the growth cycle.
Yeah, and it gives you like a big picture insight into your like personality, purpose, lessons in your lifetime, things like that. And you calculate it through your birthday.
Your birthday, yeah.
Yeah. And so my life.
And your birth name, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I just did my birthday.
I did too, but then chat was like, you need to tell me your name.
Oh.
Because the like consonants and the vowels, how many you have also like.
Maybe there's just different ones, but I don't think I looked into that one. It was just like my birth date, and it said my life path number is 6.
Okay, wait. There's so many different things. There's a life path number, and then there's
I bet there is a lot of numerology. I just did my life path number because I think that's what she talked about.
Is that like your personal year? I can't remember what.
It's I think it's just like your sun sign and numerology, basically.
Okay, so you're talking about the which number you are in the 1 through 9, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What is yours?
6.
Okay. I'm a 2.
Oh, interesting. Okay, what is a 2?
So the 2 is all about emotional healing, building and nurturing relationships, slowing down and listening, and letting things come to you.
Ooh.
But mine is different because mine is an 11. I have a lot of 11s in my numerology, and it's a special thing that is like a multiplier.
Okay.
And so because it's actually an 11-2 year, I'm extra sensitive to being spiritually dialed in. It's powerful year for creative breakthroughs, intuition, and major transformation. And then also it's just like about deep emotional work.
Very, very good. I think we're on that path right now.
It's
It like
crazy.
literally after reading this book, I just felt like something's about to change.
Yeah.
Like oh my gosh. I will never shut the fuck up about this book. I'm not even kidding. Like, it's probably one of the best books I've ever read. I don't know. It just encapsulates everything that I love. But anyways, so
Yours is
my
6?
life path is 6, and it's the nurturer, the guide, and the beauty bringer. You are here to create, heal, and harmonize and elevate. Your energy is grounded in compassion, service, and a deep desire to make the world and your corner of it a more loving, beautiful place. People often turn to you for warmth, comfort, and advice, a calm, grounding presence, creative vision, and aesthetics. Hello, photographer energy. You may feel a sense of responsibility from a young age, especially in family dynamics or relationships. You're the one who tries to hold it all together, even if it costs you. So here are my strengths: deeply empathic and loyal, artistic eye plus appreciation for beauty and balance, strong sense of justice and protector of the vulnerable, gifted at making others feel safe and seen. But some of my challenges is overgiving or putting others' needs before my own, struggling to ask for help, feeling guilty for saying no or setting boundaries, attracting people who need fixing. The key lesson for a life path 6 is to care deeply without self-abandoning.
Kimberly, I gotta tell you something.
Oh God, what?
So you're reading your expression number, and I was reading something else.
Oh, okay.
But I am also a 6.
What? You're kidding.
No.
So your
chat
birthday
told me all that the same.
Okay, so your birthday adds up to 6.
Mm-hmm. Expression number 6. But what I was talking about for the personal year, I think that's the 1 through 9. And like, if you're on year 1, it's like the beginning. Year 2. So I think that's what you have to use your name for.
Okay, so maybe I was doing something different.
Yeah, because I just gave it my birthday for the first part, and it said
the
I'm
life
a 6.
path.
Yeah.
So weird that your birthday adds up to a 6.
Mm-hmm.
What?
And it's also an 11, which is a master number. So like, I think 11 says it magnifies everything else.
Okay. I'll have to look up the other stuff, and we'll have to talk about that later too. But so after I looked up, because I had never looked up numerology at all until this book. So I was like, you know what? I do love a little personality test. I love a little something. And I had never looked up like my life path or anything about numerology. And so I read that and I was like, okay, well, yeah, true. Like, okay, I get it. You guys know me so well. And then I was like, oh, okay. So does my career path align with my life path? And it was basically like, yes, because here are some themes in my career. So like emotional depth and connection. You're photographing some of the most intimate emotional moments in people's lives, and you do so with care and empathy. And that's like a core 6 gift. And then you're naturally gravitated towards styling, design, details, and mood. Your aesthetic isn't just pretty, it's purposeful. And I was like, okay, tell me more. And the other ones were service and support. You're not just taking pictures, you're supporting couples emotionally, guiding them through timelines, giving them confidence, and even creating a safe space for them to be seen and celebrated. And healer energy behind the lens. You have the ability to help people feel at ease in front of the camera, to feel beautiful and whole. That's a form of emotional healing that life path 6 are uniquely equipped for. So it's like, it was basically like, yeah, you're in the exact kind of career that lets you like show up empathy with empathy and artistry. You're making others feel seen, safe, celebrated. And I was just like, oh my God, that's so good. Like, not that I really needed to hear that, but it's like good that I'm using my strengths in a career that I never thought would ever like be possible for me, or like I kind of like honestly just stumbled upon weddings.
It's so
like
beautiful.
So it's like cool to hear that, and also just to like remind myself that it's not just like shooting weddings. I'm not just like pulling a trigger. It's like I'm doing something more
Purposeful.
than just like taking cute photos. Like I'm doing way more. Yeah, it's purposeful. It has like meaning, and you just coming back to that always. And like when I'm like editing and being like, I hate this, being like, no, I don't. Like, you would rather be doing this than anything else. And so just like always kind of going back to that was like really helpful to just like read and be like, oh my gosh, okay, yes, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And another thing after I asked that, I asked like career expansion ideas that align with my 6 energy. And it gave me so many good ideas that I've never thought about, or just like I was just like, oh my gosh, these are just so good, because we had been talking about like not side hustles, but just like ways to make more money and like how that would like align and all of that stuff. And it just gave me so many good ideas, and I was just like, oh my gosh. And I did this all on ChatGPT, which I know AI is very controversial, but I feel like when it's things like this, it like really helps you to understand and just like get ideas from something else, while also you can like take that and be, intuitive on your own and just like take those ideas and be like, okay, how can I make this happen for myself? But I was just like looking into that. I was just like, oh my gosh, like, whoa.
Another thing to become obsessed
with and just always go back to. I just like loved that it was like the career alignment was just like perfect. And I was just like, wow. That really is like...
It's validating too.
So validating. Well, it just gave me, again, another perspective where I was just like, okay, yeah, I'm not just showing up and taking photos and just being there and just like, not caring about what I'm doing. It's like I have a purpose. And that's also something that when I was like reading that, I was like, I really need to put that in my content. Because it's like, this is what I'm doing and this is why I'm doing it. And I really need to put that in my content. So it was just like giving me content ideas. And I was just like, oh my gosh. And like the career expansions too. I was just like, this makes so much sense for me. And yeah, it was just so good.
I love it.
But was there anything else with the numerology on your end that you wanted to talk about?
Well, I was reading through mine and there's a bunch of different numbers.
Oh, okay.
And so I have a 6, but it's not my life path.
Oh, okay.
My life path was 8.
Oh, okay.
But my 6 is like how I express it, I think. My expression number.
So it does have like a sun, moon, and
yeah, it really
and
does.
Rising. That's so funny.
Because it gave me...
So the first thing you did, what was that called?
So the life path is the first one, and that's your birthday.
Okay.
And mine is 8.
Okay.
So it's life path 8, which is power, money, leadership, and self-mastery. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. And then, but because my birthday is on the 11th, it's a master number.
Okay.
So it kind of like overrides some things.
Oh, okay.
Which it kind of talks about that. And then you can do your birth time.
Okay.
And that so there's like you other things.
Okay. I wonder what she was talking about, because she was talking about like she's on the year 2 or something,
right? And that's what I'm on, a year 2.
Okay, so what was that called?
Is, let me find it,
just so people know and I know too, because I'm curious. Because she was talking about something different, and I never got into it because I was just like so wrapped up into this.
The personal year.
Oh,
so there's 1 through 9. And so this one, you just give your birth date.
Okay.
And
so what was your personal year?
So mine is 2, but it's also 11 somehow.
Okay.
So it's a 11/2.
Okay.
Which most people won't have the 11.
But yeah, I'm in my personal year 8 and you were in 2. And what was your, what was it again? What was the theme?
The 2 is relationships, emotions, patience, and balance.
Ooh, so I have all the themes feels like your year.
If you want me to read them.
Oh yeah, please.
So year 1 is new beginnings, which makes sense. You're planting seeds.
Yes.
Year 2 is all about relationships, emotions, patience, and balance. Year 3 is creativity, self-expression, and joy. So when it was telling me about my 2025, I'm like getting ready for 2026, which is gonna be my creativity and like self-expression.
Ooh, I
So
feel
that's
that
kind
coming.
of really exciting.
Yes.
Number 4, year 4 is hard work, structure, and foundations.
Okay.
Year 5 is change, freedom, and movement. So it's like you find all these like structures and then you change them.
Oh, okay.
Number 6 is responsibility, family, and harmony. Number 7 is reflection, spiritual growth, and solitude. Number 8, here we go, Kimberly, power, money, and mastery. And number 9 is completion, endings, and letting go.
Okay.
So then after you let go, you start the cycle back over for year 1.
Oh,
for a new beginning.
interesting. Okay, yeah. It did say personal year 8, power, money, confidence, and expansion. This is a CEO year, a time to step up, take your space, and claim what you've been quietly working towards. Where last year, year 7, may have felt introspective, this year is about putting yourself out there and being seen. Major themes: career growth, financial upgrades, power dynamic, claiming authority, and owning your impact. You may be presented with big decisions, leadership opportunities, or high stakes risk, and that's not accidental. The year 8 tests your confidence in your worth, your voice, and your value. Dang.
Yeah.
That is good.
And since mine's a year 2, but also a year 11, it's for me, it's also, so it's emotion and balance, but it's also intuition and deep sensitivity, which I really feel is true for me.
Yeah.
So
Oh my
it's
gosh.
just like
Okay.
intensified.
We went on a whole different route there. Okay. Love it. Okay. Let me see if there was anything with the last theme that I had, which was manifestation. Okay. So one of the quotes that I really liked from this too was, by practicing visualization, you start to believe in your dreams. Then with gratitude, you begin to believe in the universe. Finally, when you practice confidence, you start to believe in yourself. Trust your dreams, the universe, and yourself. That's all manifestation comes down to.
T.
Period. I like that quote in itself could be the whole book.
Yeah, that is the whole book. I love it.
By practicing visualization, you start to believe in your dreams. Then with gratitude, you begin to believe in the universe. Finally, when you practice confidence, you start to believe in yourself. It's just
and
so
then they
good.
all align.
It's
your
just,
dreams,
yes,
the universe, and yourself.
Yeah. It was just so good. I was like, can this book get any better? Like, thank you, Liz, for trusting your intuition and writing this. Like, it's everything that I needed to read and listen to.
Because she was trying to be a lawyer for so long.
Yes.
Then
she had so many like different life paths and failures. And it was very inspiring to hear her story too. We really didn't dive deep into her story, but it's really good to listen to because she also had like timelines and all of those things.
She got married,
she did things logically.
And
So I was just like, oh my gosh, it's just so good. She should write a biography because I would read that too.
Yeah, same.
And yeah, I just loved how like grounded and doable her version of manifestation felt, because I think she said in the book where it's like some people will tell you to like write things 30 times and do this and that to like figure out your manifestations. But it's
not that hard.
You don't have to do all that. I think there was one story where she was talking about how Drake like rented a Rolls Royce before he got famous and was like renting it so that he was basically like manifesting like wealth and money and fame. And she was like, well, he can do that, and maybe that's what his intuition was telling him to do, but you don't have to do that.
No.
Like, you don't have to do all of that just to, make your manifestation dreams come true. All you need is a journal or a piece of paper and a pencil. Like, you don't need to do all of that. You don't have to spend money in order for your dreams to come true. And so I was just like, okay, it's that easy. It really is. We don't have to make it harder than it is. And I don't know why we try to make it harder, because everything we do, we try to make easier for ourselves. And manifestation's one of those things where you can't get caught up in like doing this or that and writing things down. And I don't know, there's so many different ways to manifest. And so I was just like, you really just need a little gratitude list.
Yeah.
And a list. There was also a gratitude list and a list.
A self-gratitude.
Where it's like for your confidence of like what what am I doing?
What did you do good today?
Yeah, exactly. And you're
Oh.
just kind of like reminding yourself of like what you did, because sometimes you do work all day and you're like, what did I even do? Like, I didn't
Yeah.
do nothing. I procrastinated. I did this. Like, you're just blaming yourself. But sometimes the thing you did is just you got through the day.
Mhm.
Like
It's the little like self achievements that build your confidence over time. So
Yeah.
that's why she's saying make a list of it so that you're aware of it and you're just like aware of what you're doing and that you're
Mhm.
actually moving the needle,
Yep,
no
exactly.
matter how small it is.
Okay, so I think that's it on my notes.
That's
Is
it.
there okay. You're
That's
like,
it.
I'm done. I know, I feel like we could keep talking about this, but we do have to wrap it up. This is almost 2 hours, which I guess makes up for last week.
Seriously.
It makes up for last week, so you're welcome. But I did want to ask you, what is one belief or practice you're carrying forward from the book?
Definitely, I'm back on my gratitude journaling. And I think just the practice of journaling for me is my solitude, stillness, and
Yes.
silence.
Yes.
Like I love like habit stacking. If I can do all this in one, then that feels great to me.
Yeah.
So that's and literally it's so simple. Like I've known this. Like I've had journaling practices in the years past, but somehow I just got away from it, and now
Yeah.
I'm like back on it, and it
Yeah.
feels so good.
Yeah. Yeah. That's something too that I'm like, okay, I really need to get back into drilling. And something she talked about too is like, you can't make it a chore. Like, it's
Right.
not a chore. Like, you need to find like the joy in it and like
The devotion.
the devotion in it, everything. But for me, one of the things that like one of the beliefs that I was really like, oh my gosh, I need to do more of this is like, joy isn't a luxury. It's like the fuel you need to keep going, and that it connects us to our inner genius. And when we give ourselves permission to feel good, that's when our best work flows. So
Mhm.
that's like something that I really needed to take forward. And then what is something that this book confirmed or challenged you in?
Good question.
Either or, it doesn't matter which one. That really like popped out to you. Because I talked about mine was like the gentle way, but like what was something that yours like really like spoke to you or challenged you or confirmed?
I think just it really confirmed to me that like challenges are a good thing, and because I've had so many I honestly wrote like a note in my phone that on a future episode I should talk about like the biggest rock bottom I ever had and how I got out of it, because it really just shakes you to your core, your identity. You're like, how is this happening to me? But then like now that I can look back on it, I'm like, it was absolutely necessary for me to get to where I am today. And so just like and knowing that like I had all the answers within me to come out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so just like reiterating the fact that it is your intuition that is going to guide you, and that you just have to make time to listen to it.
Yes.
Because every time I do, she comes up on top.
Nope,
So
it is so true. Oh my gosh, that's good.
Yeah.
And for me, like something that like really confirmed is that intuition is strategy.
Mhm.
It's not just something that just comes and goes. It's like that is how you're going to get
Yeah.
successful. Like that is the karma of success.
Yes.
Is your intuition.
And for people who love strategy, like treating it as such and not as
Yes.
something that's just like, oh, woo, woo, like out in the ether.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
no, it's a practice.
Yeah, it's actually like the most aligned way to build something
Mhm.
that matters to you. So I definitely was like, oh, yeah, I haven't really been listening to my intuition, and I haven't been giving it any space. So I thought that was good. But yeah, I just wanted to ask you those questions because I thought
love it.
it would be good for book club. So yeah, that's it on our dive into the karma of success. We basically read the whole book for you.
Seriously.
But if you haven't read it, definitely get it, because it is a book that somehow made success feel softer but deeper and like way more personal than people make it.
Fulfilling.
Yes, that. Oh my gosh, I can't talk today. Yeah, so we'd love to hear your takeaways. DM us on Instagram, leave a review, or let us know what book you've been reading. And yeah, it's not too late to pick up the Karma of Success if you haven't. And if you're ready for the next one, we're reading.
Let's do it. Let's announce it.
Okay. I didn't know if you wanted to or not, because I'm like, I didn't want to be like the one picking the books, because I feel like I've been the one picking the last 3 books. Okay.
I picked this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I mentioned it and I didn't know if it was because you...
Oh, no, it's been on my list forever.
Okay, good. So the next one we're going to read is Think Faster, Talk Smarter, How to Speak Successfully When You're Put on the Spot.
Yes.
And I think I've been really needing to read a book about communication, because I don't think I ever have.
Me too.
And we're in this era, me and Miranda, of like networking and just like being around people that, you know, we need to be around. And we're kind of, I don't know. Well, for me, I'll speak for myself. Afraid to talk to these people and just like how to enter a conversation and how not to feel like, just feel authentic and not like forced. So I think this book will be really good. I think it talks about like even like communication and content and like speaking on phone calls and networking and all of those things. So it should be a good book for everyone that's interested.
What's it called again?
Think Faster, Talk Smarter by Matt Abrams.
Cool. I'm so excited.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. But thanks for hanging out with us today, guys. Sorry for the long episode. You're welcome for the long episode. I don't know.
Hopefully you like it.
Yeah, hopefully you like it. You got some insight on the book, and hopefully it makes you want to read it or read it again, or just keep it, you know, on your nightstand. And just, you really have to take each chapter like by chapter. And like I highlighted so many things in my Kindle. I wrote so many notes. Like I'm gonna go through this book like quite a few times this month, honestly, because I really want to take it in. Like I don't want it to be one of those books where I just like skim read and I'm like, oh yeah, I feel happy for a day, and then I forget everything that the book is about. Like this one, I want to remember.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like,
so when people ask,
yes,
did you like it? You're like, yeah, I love it.
And this is why. Unlike any other book that I've ever read, where I'm like, it's a great book, but I have no idea what happens. So good luck. But yeah, this one's definitely like, to me, it's almost like one of those books like you read in school that you have to like take a test on. Like I want it to be like where my knowledge is so good on this book that I'm literally Liz Tran. And I become successful like her. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for hanging out with us today, and we will see you next week. Bye.